Hi, folks. From your GoJet Pilot Group's Communication Committee, this is Stefan. Myself and my guests that have joined me in my little studio thought we should get together and go over the NavTech PBS software and teach you a little bit more than a few of those tutorials out there that are just kind of showing you how to click buttons and build lists. It's a rather complicated software, so we figured we'd get together and build some videos that showed not only how to build lists on a computer screen, but how to bid for and get what you want out of a line, be it reserve or a pairing line. And finally, if you didn't get what you want, we want to show you how to understand why that happened and how to change your bid for the following months. In the studio with me, I've got...
Hey guys, this is Justin, the Scheduling Committee Chair here with GoJet. The main reason for these videos, we're going to kind of show you exactly how to get into the bidding system, how to submit a bid, how to figure out what pairings, fit your schedule, or how to bid reserve if you're not senior enough to actually get a normal line.
Good point.
Besides that, we can go ahead and get started. So on your info.gojet Airlines page, the number one tab we're going to see up here is going to be the NavTech PBS, or known as NavBlue. So when we do click on that, and I already have that tab pulled up, you're going to get a website that kind of looks like this. It's going to say NavBlue on the left-hand side. You're going to go ahead and put your employee number and password, and you create your own password when you first start at the company. I already have it pre-filled, so we'll go ahead and log in. And when it says authenticating and synchronizing, it's just making sure that you have access to get into the account, and then synchronizing is actually making sure you have the most up-to-date pairings from the company. So there's been times where the company has gotten some last-minute add-on flights that have to be updated into the bidding software. So that's what this synchronization is actually doing. So when you actually click pairing or periods, it will tell you, hey, from June and February, there'll be a long list of, periods to actually go for. So right now, we're just going to be in the June period. So we'll go ahead and hit synchronize.
So you want to make sure you put in there the month that you're bidding for.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
It should automatically auto-select, but it's not a bad idea to always look.
Make sure you're not bidding for like December.
Yeah,
correct. If it were in there, right.
So, and you can always come up here. You can always come up here and sync your data just in case you were, thinking you were on a different month. Mm-hmm. And you can always resync here.
Okay.
So when you first log in, this is going to be your kind of basic information. You would have, your name for the pilot, your employee number, and the bid period that's currently going on. And then over here, NavBlue gives you a good little pie chart to kind of understand how the pairings are broke down. So for this month of June that we are looking at, we can see that 217 of them are going to be 4-day pairings. 41 of them are going to be 3-day pairings. 12 of them are going to be 2-day pairings. And then you've got a very small sliver for 1 days. And it's kind of looking like they didn't put any 1 days in for this month, unfortunately.
All right, so tell me about some other things here, like the calendar and then the pairings. We can actually go down this list real quick and just see what else is available to us on this splash screen.
Yeah, so the calendar, so say you had vacation or any carryover pairings or anything, that would pop up in this area. So
also, I think if you get training, that's going to be here too, isn't it?
Theoretically, it should be in there. Mm-hmm. I know they're trying.
It is for me. That's actually next month. So yeah, that showed up right there.
Awesome. Yeah, I personally haven't dealt with it. I don't use the calendar feature that often, but it is good to understand. If you do have vacation or if you do have any training or any carryover trips. How to bid accordingly to those. So that will all pop up in this area, and you can kind of see down the list. It will break it down by day, and over the top it will break it down by day also. Coming down to the pairings. The pairings is kind of the bigger portion of this software. This is going to be able to show you exactly what pairings are available to be bid on, and this is going to be based off of what seat and what base you're at. So if you're a Newark FO, you're only going to see Newark pairings. So you don't have to worry about bidding on a St. Louis trip or bidding on a Chicago trip. You're only going to be able to bid on the pairings that you're domiciled at. So another great feature, and we'll kind of dig into more of this as we go on throughout other videos, but another big feature of this is the show filters up here. Mm-hmm. And you can actually specify exactly what kind of pairings you want to see. So
I see. So it's a search tool within the pairings. That's cool.
Yes. So, and that will be able to, break down exactly what you want to see, and then you can kind of build your schedule from there. So you can get really restrictive here and see if you will even get towards that 75 hours. And if you can't get towards that 75 hours, you can kind of go in here and make some changes before you actually put it into your bid group itself.
I see. So if you want just like Rochester, New York overnights or whatever, you can just search by layover, and then that'll just bring up all the pairings with Rochester overnights.
Correct.
That's cool. All right, cool.
Yep. And so, like I said, we'll kind of dig more into this feature in a later video. The next big thing, like I said, is going to be our bids themselves. So your bids themselves are going to...
Yeah, this is the complicated page. This is where this is where we get phone calls.
Yeah, we get tons of emails a month, and we try to help out as many as we can. Feel free to actually email us, and if you have any questions, comments, or concerns over anything, we'll be happy to reach out to you guys anytime. But when it comes to specifically bidding, you always want to start up here with the top right hand corner, the add bid group. It's going to pop up. You're going to have, your pairing bid group, which is going to be like if you're bidding for pairings for a line, and you would hit apply. Or, if you're not senior enough, or if you're right on the cusp and you want to put in a reserve bid, you would actually just select the reserve bid and hit apply. Before
we get into that too much, let's go over this. There's this results page, which we're going to do a whole video on at the end of this segment. But click on that results page, and here... I guess this is this reasons report. And when I first heard of a reasons report, I'm like, a reasons what? But this is where I guess you're going to see like this computer generated like report on why it is that you didn't get your first bid or why you didn't get your dream line. And this can be a little bit confusing at times because it looks like a DOS or a binary code at first for those people who haven't looked at it. And that's why we're going to dedicate an entire video to this after probably the last of the series. So do you think we've given them a basic like rundown of how to log in and kind of what to expect once we get to NavTech?
Yeah, so this is kind of like the generic on how to get into the bidding software, and we'll kind of break it down throughout other videos in this series, I guess, we have going on.
All right, let's move on to the next video, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it.